Right, this is a quick walk around video for a Honda Civic, and this is 1.6 diesel EX version. As you can see here, 13 plate car. This car's covered 57,000 miles. Finished in crystal black, really good colour for these cars. And the car's in very, very good condition. Just a couple of very minor things to point out. But all lights, lenses, daylights there, all in perfect order. No cracks, condensation or otherwise. Bumper, very, very clean indeed. It's hardly, just a tiniest little bit of stone chipping which you're going to expect on any car this age and mileage. Likewise, bonnet, very clean actually. Just a couple of tiny little stone chips there, but nothing that merits any great noting at all. The inside of the car, again, very nice. And just come down the panel work here for you. The car's fitted with a very good set of Goodyear efficient tyres. It's a good sign of ownership, it really is. Alloy there, good. There is a bit of pickling on the lacquer of these alloys. You do get it around about this age on the cars. And there is a little bit, and I'll try and be honest with these videos as much as I possibly can to give you, a good idea, but there's a tiniest little bit there. Again, rear alloy exactly the same as the front, with a little pickling you can just see on the bottom spokes there. Coming around the back of the car now, colour-coded rear parking sensors, has sensors front and rear on the EX versions, as well as a rear parking camera, so you're pretty well protected in that way. And then offside of the vehicle, very clean on the panel work. Rear alloy again, exactly the same as the others. Good, but just a tiny bit starting to come through. And then all the panels, very, very nice indeed. Being black is a wonderful colour on the car. And as I said, I do try and pick up on as much as I possibly can in these videos. Being a black car, there will be the odd minor little mark, which is inevitable. It's the price you pay for having, the most popular colour of all. But this is a very nice example. Let's come to the back now. Offside rear door card, very clean indeed. Back of the front seats, very good. Not always a given. Kids' feet tend to play merry hell with the back of them, but these are in nice order. Oh, apologise for the light. Wow. Let's try and get that round there. But the door card on that side, very clean indeed. Just to show you, this is the seats in their vertical position in the back. This forms what they call part of this magic seat affair. So you end up with this absolutely cavernous extra space if you really, really need it. Very easy to pop down. Just pull the lever up, drop them down. It's as simple as that. And just to quickly show the leather work in the back here is in absolutely fabulous order. Full black leather interior on the car. Remember, the leather work is very, very nice indeed. Footwell areas are also very good. There is a full set of original Honda mats that came with the car, and they're just off to having a clean actually at the moment, so they'll be placed into the vehicle as a part of the sale of the car. Coming to the front now, driver's door card again, very, very clean and tidy. Leather work on the seat, very, very good indeed. Hardly anywhere of any note on the seats at all in this car. And, they are beautifully, beautifully made. Passenger seat again in equally fine order. Just a bit shaky, apologise. So sat in the front now, engine's running as it has been all the way through on the video, so I just put the handbrake off there, take the lights off the dashboard. Come around the interior of the car, all in very, very nice condition. It's had a really beautifully made car. You can see their sat nav working absolutely perfectly. If I pop the car into reverse there, you get a lovely parking camera with a little grid there to sort of guide you into the parking spaces or otherwise. Coming down, we've got dual zone climate control, heated seats with 2 settings on there, but it's all in very, very, very nice order in here. And then probably my favourite part of the dashboard, this lovely 2-tier design. As you can see, the engine's running, there's no warning lights on this vehicle at all. All the switches, all the gauges working exactly as they should, but really, really very, very nice condition. If I just go up there for you, hopefully you can see this. To Daisy, we've got 57,170 miles currently recorded on the vehicle. Right, often overlooked, but very, very important to have with the car. We've got the owner's manual, navigation manual, and very importantly the lock and wheel nut key is here and present with the car. So finally just come under the engine bay. Just let you know, engine sounds a lot noisier on the videos than it does when you physically stood here. It's just by dint of the way the microphone picks up on it. Engine's been serviced 4 times by Honda, and we've just serviced the car ourselves, and it will go for an independent MOT later today. What will follow this video will be a road test of this very car. Right then, this is a road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.6 EX diesel. This particular car is registered SM13DVG. Mileage at the start of this brief road test is 57,152 miles. Reason for the road test video, as I say in all of them, is very simple. The internet has made buying cars much simpler in terms of finding exact specs and makes and models it may want, but obviously clearly it's fraught with the potential to have your time wasted if there's a glaring fault in the car which you should have been told about prior to going and see the vehicle. On these videos I am critical, so if there's something not quite right about the car, I do feed it back to you so you will know about it. Also the road test is done on the same quiet country roads close to where our business is, so it should be representative hopefully of what you should see and feel yourself when you come and see the car. Starting with the car itself, engine of the car, it's a cracking engine, absolutely brilliant engines. 1.6 DTEC diesel, cam chain driven, so there's no cam belt to worry about on them. You know, amazing reputation, absolutely amazing reputation for reliability, durability, longevity, and the most outrageous fuel economy. You know, they are very, very economical. Chap you may have seen leant against the side has literally just delivered the car to us, and we went to Scotland to buy the car. You will travel all over the country for the right car, and he's just driven down from Scotland in this very car, and it came about 5 minutes ago, and he put in £40 worth of diesel, and it's still got a third of a tank left. So he's massively misjudged it and given me loads of fuel to use, which is really rather kind of him. But the engine is exactly what you'd expect. It's smooth, quiet, it pulls really well. There's no warning lights on the dashboard relating to the engine or any other part of the car. And clearly after such a long trip, you know, the engine will be at its maximum operating temperature, which on a Honda should be a third on the temperature gauge, and that's exactly where this one is. Engine then feeds through clutch and into the 6-speed gearbox. Clutch on the car, smooth, quiet. Bite point is exactly where it wants to be on the car as well. There's no change in engine note when you put your foot down on the clutch. There's no vibrations or anything like that at all. So the clutch is spot on. Go through to the gearbox, 6-speed Honda gearbox. I've said enough about these over the years that they do these things very, very well indeed. It's precise, easy to engage the gears. The synchro mesh quality is absolutely astonishingly good. Very, very tough gearboxes. We just never touch them. Absolutely incredibly tough over many hundreds of thousands of miles. You know, with just normal, sympathetic use. You know, you don't. But it's the gear change quality which is so good. It's all kind of fingertip. Just bring it back. It finds its gate absolutely perfectly. The springing between the gear selectors is absolutely spot on as well. And the point of this video is to pick up on any wear. There is none. I can't feel anything in it at all. It feels absolutely spot on. So in terms of kind of powertrain of the vehicle, engine, gearbox, clutch, absolutely faultless. You know, exactly what you'd hope it would be. And given the fact that it's been serviced so well by Honda up to this point, it comes as no great surprise, of course. Steering of the car, positive, accurate, no vibrations coming back to the steering wheel. Here I am at just about the legal limit, tracking absolutely bullet straight, and as I said, I can't detect any wear in it at all. It feels quick in response, no slack in it, no signs that made any miles at all. It then goes on to obviously the suspension of the vehicle and the chassis of the car. Honda have done a very, very good job on this car. previous generation was always a lovely dynamic drive, very precise, very quick, very enjoyable, but it had a sort of slightly harder edge, which I actually quite liked, but a lot of customers said it was just a bit too firm, and what it got caught out by was the kind of the sharp ridges, potholed surfaces, little like here just coming up now. That in one of the old Civics would send a shudder through the car and through you. They've just done a really fantastic job of sorting out kind of that kind of resonance and ride quality, with some very clever bushing underneath, and it's brilliantly done. So it's lost virtually none of the kind of verve that the original one had, but is miles more comfortable to drive. Makes it a very, very relaxing car, not just to drive on a short trip, but to actually own a car for sort of a long time. And I had one of these for a long, long time, and it's very, very, very comfortable indeed. Also, what I'm looking out for on the suspension in terms of wear and tear, it's just any kind of slack or noises from underneath which would suggest a little bit of wear getting into the system, but again, absolutely nothing at all. Brakes on the car, I'm just going to give them a bit of a shove in a second. Yeah, really solid brake pedal. There's no pulsing for the brake pedal, which is where you get sort of brake warping or sort of vibrations when you hit the brake pedal itself, and it pulls it down dead straight and true. So again, it's just that shock absorbers and balances all that exactly as it should be. Also a lovely quiet car on the move, again, which again suggests things like all the door seals in terms of they're all kind of airtight. Windscreen must be, if it's the original one, was fitted well. If it's been replaced, then it's been fitted well as well. But all very hushed in here. Interior of the car, beautifully built cars, absolutely beautifully built cars. Again, they learned their lesson from the previous generation, which again was a very well assembled car, but it had some sort of harder plastics to it. Here they've kind of pinched a lot of the plastics from the last generation Honda Accord, so I've got a lot of this stuff up here, sort of soft touch, and even the kind of the secondary plastics are of a better quality, but it feels like what it is, a beautifully built car inside, and it's just such a nice place to sit and drive a car. The car in front, Ford Focus, or Mondeo even, God, I should know my cars by now. That's fairly typical of, I'd call it, a standard car. It'll have just a basic fascia and a centre stack in a normal way. This one at least tries or dares to be a bit different, without what I think is one of the safest, one of the things that sort of aids or drive safety, having this sort of two-tier dashboard. So we've got this lovely high-up speedo display, so I can keep my eyes on the cars and the speed I'm doing at the same time, because it's right at the corner of your eye. You can see it as clear as day. You don't have to put your head down or anything. And if you're going abroad, you can flick it to kilometres per hour, so you don't have to kind of decipher, on speedo things. And those split seconds count, as we all know. But everything in here works absolutely beautifully. Air conditioning's pumping out lovely cold air, and it's the quality of the switchgear which sets it apart. It's very, very well made car. Gauges, dials, all working perfectly. It's a big, they're very well equipped cars. Auto lights, auto wipers, cruise control, all those functions working exactly as they should. As I said at the start of the video, the video is critical. If there's something not right about the vehicle, I do let you know. I have done on many of my previous videos. I can't find anything on this. This drives absolutely beautifully. Regardless of age or mileage, it drives nicely. It drives as good as anything I've ever driven. If, of course, and I may have done, if I've missed anything on the video, then don't hesitate. Do give us a call, and I'll happily answer any questions you might have about the car.